Hi, YouTube. I know this is the first actual video, not including songs I've released in the meantime on YouTube. This is my first YouTube video in 6 years. And, well, it's quite a time to be alive, and I'm not sure whether or not at the time I made my last video that I had epilepsy or had been diagnosed with it. Um, but that's the least of the world's concerns right now, as we all know through uh the whole Trump era and the COVID-19 pandemic, the first of its kind since, well, the Spanish flu, which was misnamed. Mm, it seems to have uh, originated in some form of livestock somewhere in Western or Eastern Asia. And for fuck's sakes, there's no reason to call it the Wuhan flu. That shit's, well, it's just straight up racist. But I would like to speak on behalf of all of us who do not have much to lean on in our personal lives. Aside from, you can have parents and you can have friends, but, and those parents might be admissibly close, so you can see them, but your friends, they keep a respectful distance as a result of this pandemic. And, when they say that a lack of socialization and a lack of friends leads to earlier onsets of things such as dementia, um, stroke, um, dementia. I already said dementia. I meant to say Alzheimer's, um, and just general higher stress in your life. You're lacking the one thing human beings need, and that's each other. Um, Now, I've been able to cope with this through talking with friends online, playing video games that are at least somewhat interactive with a greater community. Uh, I've also gotten into flame wars with people on Facebook to keep me occupied and also entertain myself and sometimes learn something or two. Um, but to say that this is the strangest time in human history, uh, yes, from our experience, our very limited experience of history, but I would disagree if I was living in Pol Pot's Cambodia with the death fields and and the throne he made of skulls. There's been history is strange, just as philosophy's premise is life is strange, and this is yet another hurdle um, that we have found ourselves in this bottleneck of a century. It's unforeseen if we will make it to the 2100s, or actually, I think we might make it to the 2100s, but what will we look like? What will we be like? What will civilization entail if there's civilization in it at all? Um, Now that's not that's a pessimistic conclusion. There is the optimistic conclusion, which is that we get our shit together and eventually it is about space travel and about exploring new worlds, finding new exotic gases to exploit and other minerals. Uh, so, my optimistic conclusion is that neoliberalism and its capitalist ethics will remain an an obstacle for the rest of human existence, and that kind of ties the two together because it's that same ethic that may destroy us will continue to thrive if we survive. So it seems to be in even their best interests to just save the planet, maybe. And I mean, if we're talking about going to Mars and building dome structures and all this shit to live in, I mean, if this planet gets so bad that it's a barren waste of whatever substance is available, whether it's too much water, too much desert, too much fucking tundra, too much alpine world, I don't know, any of those things, then why not just do the same thing you're planning to do to Mars on Earth? For fuck's sakes.